what I'm getting myself into. It's a lot of pressure. You're pressuring me to mellow out. Myself into. It's a lot of pressure. You're pressuring me to mellow out.
Hello friends, welcome back to Rust Reality Recaps. I've been really burnt out trying to get through these 90-day Fiancé recaps for the whole 30 to maybe 300 of you that might watch them. And I actually gave the Baldwins a bit of a try just to see what this was all about. I actually enjoyed watching Alec Baldwin in that program with Tina Fey. Was it 30 Rock? Man, I feel old right now. Hilaria. That woman is something else, I tell you. Oh my goodness. She is betting to be the next most hated person, most hated woman on the planet. You know, we all give Meghan Markle, Amber Heard, Blake Lively, Rachel Zegler, all these types of women a hard time for being just awful, but this Hilaria chick is absolutely insufferable. Having gotten through one episode with my husband, we both concur that she is absolutely insufferable, and Alec is clearly a man who is not happy with his life, and he is just going through the motions. It is really sad to watch, capitalizing on depression.
I'm getting myself into. It's a lot of pressure. You're pressuring me to mellow out. Myself into. It's a lot of pressure. You're pressuring me to mellow out.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
On top of the fact that they have 7 children, this woman is pressuring him. She's pressuring him constantly outside his comfort zone, being completely irritating, narcissistic. Oh my god, I can't get through it. I really can't. She's too annoying. I might be able to laugh with him, at him, but I can't with her. She's just too fucking annoying. If she's not trying to kill him with the 7 kids that are unruly and unkempt, then she's trying to kill him with the 4 cats or the lifestyle. I haven't figured out which one yet, and I can't suffer through the series to find out.
No, don't like that.
So we're finally at the season finale of The Last Resort Season 2. We've done it, you guys. This season devolved. It went downhill so fast. You know, the first couple seasons I was actually kind of excited about it, but then the drama just felt so forced and manufactured. And half of these relationships, these people either aren't really together or they shouldn't really be together. I just stopped fucking caring. So anyway, where we're at now is Matt and Gino are being forced to have a conversation with each other. Isn't that awkward? How many men who like to, you know, share the same dipping hole actually want to have a conversation with each other about it?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Gino. How are you? Good, how are you? Good.
That's not awkward whatsoever, hey? So Jasmine and Gino discuss their rules with Matt, and Gino's biggest concern is that Matt wraps his package, wraps his tool, the irony, we'll get to that later.
Boy, if you don't...
And that he doesn't want them bonding too much. He doesn't want their friendship to be too strong. He's feeling insecure about their bond and their emotional connection. But Gino's on glue if he thinks that Jasmine doesn't already have an emotional connection with Matt. She's way too excited.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh?
Hanging him, and she's just trying to cover her ass right now. So jokes that Gino thinks that Matt's gonna wrap his tool when Jasmine winds up pregnant by the tell-all.
You'll wear a condom if you have sex with Jasmine.
That's the most beta cuck line I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Bravo, Gino.
Yeah, of course.
Gino goes on to say,
if anyone starts to develop feelings and there's too much of a bond, we're gonna have to end this.
as if he has some kind of control over the situation. He's completely deluded himself into thinking he has any control at this point. Your wife is about to go get dicked down by another man and you're signing the contract, you dope. Over in the next room, Josh is lamenting because Natalie did not flip out and cry when he dumped her, and that hurt his little feelings.
I don't like it! I don't like to think about it! Oh. It's...
The response I got was a little awkward, and it was almost like she was relieved, which is a little hurtful because of like everything I actually have done for her.
Can you imagine stringing someone along for 3 years, never letting them into your home, never letting them meet your family, breaking up with them on TV, and then being shocked and upset that they're not showing an emotional reaction when you finally do dump them? Ridiculous.
Hip hip! No! Hip hip! No! Hip hip!
Boo! You stink!
So Josh finally leaves. I don't think we have to see his stupid face again until the tell-all. Yay! Woo! Okay, so the gang is going out to celebrate with some drinks, and we all know how that plays out every single time. It's always bad. I don't know why they never learn.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Oh yeah, have a little bit of fun. Have a little bit of fun, you say. You mean by having drinks and drama and crying and screaming and people trying to fight each other? Is that the kind of fun you're talking about? Because I have not once seen you people have fun when there's alcohol involved. Man, if I was on this show, I would just be smoking joints and vaping in the corner constantly. Production wouldn't be able to show me because there would always be smoke coming out of my mouth. So once the gang's finished gossiping about Natalie and Josh being through, Sophie seems way too into Josh. She's always got a smile on her face when she talks about him.
Well, you're two-faced, extremely.
They move on to Jasmine and Gino's drama next. Everyone has an opinion.
After waiting to happen.
And Rob in particular is super triggered about it. I for one feel like he's totally projecting onto Jasmine. If he's not allowed to cheat and get away with it, why should Jasmine be allowed to cheat and get away with it? But you can tell that Sophie just really can't stand this man anymore. She is so over him when he speaks. Julia tries to defuse the situation by saying it's none of their business.
It's what they want. If you don't agree, it's okay.
But no, in classic 90-Day Fiancé fashion, everyone gets a few too many drinks in, and then all of them feel like their opinion really, really matters. And Jasmine and Gino just finished working this out. They look really happy and satisfied, and that bubble is about to get burst.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
Burst by public opinion.
We were banging it out.
Not a funny joke, Gino. Why would you even make that kind of joke? Everyone is so excited because they literally think that Gino finally manned up and dicked his wife down, but no, that's not happening. Absolutely not. So sad, too. I don't know. That erectile dysfunction is it's a real problem, eh? I will never let it go because he did it to himself. It'd be one thing if it was a naturally caused ED, but because we know that he just enjoys taking blue pills and pounding himself for hours, like, Rob is me right now. He did it to himself. And now he's in the reality where he has to accept another man banging his wife because he just can't be bothered.
Why would you say something that stupid? Why would you ask something that dumb?
But everybody is interjecting and telling him that this is a bad idea, that she should not be hooking up with Matt, and if he's going to allow them to go forward with the open marriage, she needs to find someone brand new from scratch. Rob in particular is very heated about this, and you can see Jasmine, everything's just crashing down around her. She had this in the bag a few minutes ago, and these fucking plebs are ruining it for her. All this master manipulating throughout the entire resort, all wasted because of a bunch of drunkards and their interjecting opinions. Now, while I do agree that while they're starting the open marriage fresh, the new prospects should be fresh. Jasmine has obviously spent some time developing an emotional relationship with this guy, but
What you want? Why would she choose you?
I also don't agree with everyone saying that sex is just sex and that she can't have trust or an emotional connection with the person. Like, she might as well just hire a male prostitute at that point. I, for one, don't agree that you can just sleep with anybody and have no feelings.
I kind of agree with you, Rob.
So Stacy, who loves to talk out of both sides of her fucking mouth, one minute she's on Jasmine's side, the next minute she's on Rob's side, throwing Jasmine under the bus, saying that she agrees with Rob and that Jasmine has way too much of a connection with Matt. She's in denial about it, and that this is going to cause problems with her marriage with Gino.
Well, you're two-faced, extremely.
Let's be real for a fucking second. The marriage with Gino is already fucking ruined. So with Rob bitching in his ear nonstop and everybody else telling him it's bad and Matt's a bad idea, Gino eventually heeds everyone's advice and agrees that Matt should be cancelled.
How about no?
And he informs Jasmine and everyone else right then and there that Matt's out, not happening, he's cancelled. Jasmine does not like this one bit and proceeds to have a meltdown.
Boo, you whore.
She accuses everyone of judging her, not understanding, and they can all go fuck themselves. Classic Jasmine fashion. Now, I would have been on Jasmine's side on this initially because I do agree that one needs to have trust and an emotional connection in order to be intimate with someone. But her reaction is so volatile and heated. Like, who honestly throws a temper tantrum with tears involved over not being allowed to have sex with someone? Rob is so involved in this, and you can see Sophie is just over it. She hates him.
Okay, no hard feelings, but I hate you. Not joking. Bye.
I kind of agree, actually. It's really given me the ick how much Rob has made himself involved in this. Jasmine is not his problem. Gino is not him.
I need to this girl that I've been thinking about. And if I did, it would be a cheating situation.
Bruh, you can tell Sophie is just fucking over it. She's like, shut this stupid man up.
Okay, I think it is unattractive. It kind of gives me the ick.
I really do feel like Rob is super projecting about his own issues. I don't know if it's about Sophie or him, but he's really inserting himself in Jasmine and Gino's relationship dynamics. So Jasmine continues fake crying and having her little meltdown outside the bar like she does every time.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, she was really going for the Oscar this time with the fake crying and the hyperventilating. She was really pretending to hyperventilate there, and I didn't see any actual tears coming down her face or smeared makeup. She's crying like the way I cried when I found my cat of 16 years dead on the floor. She's crying like this because she was told by her husband that she can't fuck her gym friend. You're for real right now. Seriously? Rob insists that if it's just going to be about sex, then she better step up and make it just about sex. So, just a mechanical fucking lay then.
Like it's just sex, then she needs to step up and let it be just sex.
I really don't like this sassy, projecting, nosy, intrusive side of Rob, and I can tell Sophie doesn't either. Keep that in mind until the end of the episode, okay? Please bear with me. But Jasmine insists to everyone that she's done everything she can to save this marriage.
Connection. Yeah. You want the truth? You embarrassing her.
So Sophie asks, what does Florian think? And he tells it like it is. He tells him that you're embarrassing her with this shit. You should just bang your wife so that there's no need for no Matt and you'll solve the problem. But Gino does not like this, not one bit. I think everyone's had a bit too much alcohol and their egos are inflated right now. Gino calls Florian a bitch and tells him to respect him, and Florian points out, how can I respect you? How can anyone respect you? Look at how your life is right now, man.
But wait! There's more!
Gino's classic retort,
I need an emotional connection.
and you know, Florian's a really good friend. He really is trying to help Gino solve this problem without being beta cucked, but Gino just doesn't want to hear it. And I'm not saying that everybody has to see things the same way or everybody has to see things eye to eye, but it's sad to see how Florian is trying so hard to help and it's not working. I mean, they're going to end up drunkenly squabbling over this. Florian's like, don't call me a bitch. Who you calling a bitch? And next thing you know, floppy-armed Gino is feeling all tough and he's waving his noodle arms around trying to flop them and flap them at Florian. He's got 3 or 4 other men holding him back, so naturally he's feeling really tough right now. It's so silly. You know, Florian could take you, no problem, Gino, but he wouldn't because he's your buddy, so just calm the fuck down. Brandon, being the gentle soul that he is, ends up calming Gino down really well by pointing out that Florian could not possibly put himself in his shoes. He's a fucking mongoloid. And that seems to work. It diffuses Gino, and they're able to look each other in the eye and calm down for the rest of the night. Jasmine takes her whining, crying ass back to the hotel by herself. You know, it's her classic move to whine and cry and sob like a baby when she doesn't get her way, and I'm so fucking over it. She is my age, or like a year older than me, I think, and I just can't stand it. So Gino actually spent the night away in a separate room.
I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You mean to tell me that you could have done that from the beginning, but you absolutely refused to? You forced yourself in the same room with Jasmine, made her sleep on the fucking sofa couch so you could hog the bed, but you could have taken another room. You greedy, stubborn, ignorant son of a bitch. He makes me so mad.
Asshole.
Okay, so over in the next room, Stacy's writing her vows for the recommitment ceremony. Florian traipses in like, what you doing, babe? And she's like, writing my vows. Aren't you gonna write any? He's like, no, I'm thinking about them, don't worry. And that really gets on Stacy's nerves because she feels like he's not taking this seriously at all. Brandon and Julia go for a little picnic, and this is where they have their discussion about their compromises and their band-aids. Julia points out that she was willing to get the second opinion about her fertility, but he has not mentioned if he would compromise about the parents. Brandon brings up that he has a hard time committing to something that's not good for their family, and Julia storms off telling him that if he's not going to compromise with her parents, that he shouldn't bother coming to the recommitment ceremony. Rob is considering his vows right now, and he's thinking really deeply and wondering what Sophie's going to choose. He knows in his heart that he doesn't want to give up on this relationship, and he wants to give Sophie his all, and he hopes that they can work through everything. Gino meets up with Jasmine to talk about what happened the night prior and the whole Matt situation. Jasmine is really bummed out that he didn't come and comfort her, and she was really upset last night. Can you believe that? So anyway, Gino explains that he's really scared about this situation with Matt because they're already so close and they have such a bond, and Jasmine tells him that he needs to trust her and that this is not negotiable. It's going to be Matt or she is not recommitting. So she pretty much just gave Gino an ultimatum, and without the noise of everybody else's influence or opinions to weigh in and drown him down, he's got nothing. He just has to go with it. Smooth move, Jasmine. I gotta give you that. You're a smart manipulator.
Got him. We fucking got him.
So all the girls are getting ready together. They've all brought white dresses and they're gonna do their makeup together. Sophie is making everything all about her as usual.
So Jasmine should be on her way. I wanted to invite Natalie. You guys are okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that, I don't think she should be by herself. Yeah, I feel bad. I could text her.
Oh, that's so gracious of you, Sophie, to let poor Natalie join all of you so that she's not wasting away alone in her room like a loser. And you can kind of tell that Sophie's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder with Jasmine too, but Jasmine just doesn't give a fuck. Sophie, what are you doing? You're too old to be sucking on your hoodie string.
Because I'm gonna keep it real with you right now. It's all that I can do because I have grown to like you and I have grown to feel close with you. It's all that I could do right now to keep from punching you in your face.
I was being attacked. And I do believe that Stacey's sorry about the way her words make me feel, and I appreciate her for that.
Honestly, all these women are so fucking two-faced. To your face, they'll be supportive and be like, yes, queen, good for you that you got mad. He's gonna fuck you. And then in front of Gino, it's, you can't do this. You have feelings for him. This is not right. This is immoral. You can't do this. After that shit, I don't like any of these fucking women. That was just so fucking two-faced. Talk about talking out of both sides of your goddamn mouth. Speaking of which, Sophie's doing that right now, trying to comfort Natalie regarding Josh. But we know that Sophie likes to talk about Josh. Sophie likes Josh, it seems. So I don't know why she's trying to comfort Natalie, especially when she blatantly said she doesn't like Natalie. She's not gonna forgive her. She doesn't believe her apologies. So stop with your two-faced, pseudo-caring, phony-ass, pretending to be supportive and kind bullshit. Just sit there and scowl like the brat you are. Oh my god, we're almost here. We're almost at the end. Thank fucking god. It's like running a marathon through the desert and you ran out of water a long time ago is what watching and recapping this show has started to feel like. So all the men are standing up like grooms. None of them match, not even the slightest. And then the girls come out with their model walks. Natalie looks ridiculous, just like the boys pointed out. If she tripped and fell, that would make me so happy. It would give me so much serotonin and dopamine if I just saw her trip and fall. So the therapists, and I say that with Joey air quotes flopping around in the air, thank everybody and say that it was an honor to work with them. And they start with Natalie. They focus on her recommitting to herself, as lame and ridiculous as that sounds, but good for her for staying at the resort and enjoying her time there without Josh. Gotta get as much screen time as you possibly can, hey? So we start with Florian and Stacy, and Florian speaks his vows from his heart, and he basically says that he's sorry for everything he ever did bad and that he loves her and he wants to recommit. Stacy throws everyone for a loop, including us and Florian, by making it sound like she wanted to let him go. But then she turns around and says, let's live our best life, and they recommit for now. So Rob and Sophie go up, and Sophie goes first, and I feel like that was strategically planned, because had Rob gone first, we might not have gotten anywhere with this, you guys. So in typical Sophie fashion, she wrote herself a letter instead of writing vows to Rob. Essentially, she's saying to her younger self that she ends up settling for someone who isn't her dream man, and Rob has to digest this and ultimately accept that this means that it's the end then. And Sophie is wallowing in her own decision and wants Rob to comfort her. She asks if she can hear what he wrote, and he scoffs and says, no, there's no point.
Sure, Jan.
Good for you, Rob. You gotta salvage what little self-respect you have left, right? He says to her that what he wrote doesn't matter, and then she asks for a hug. He says that he appreciates the clarity, and they both agree that they do love each other, but that they're not good together. Sophie asks if she can still have Rob in her life, and he says he doesn't know how. Remember, they are planning on living in separate states.
I'll see how we get through each other's.
I'll be honest, even though these two needed to break up, we've all been sick and tired of watching their toxic cycle for the last couple years. It is sad to see a breakup happen. I felt this a little bit when, you know, when two people have to accept that they're not good for each other and they have to let go. That's big stuff. That's adult shit right there. And Sophie and Rob are both stunted. They both have arrested development. Sophie more so than Rob. Okay, so moving on to Brandon and Julia. Not much to say here, really. Julia takes the rocks that were their problems, parents and baby. She chucks them both because they've resolved this, and they hug it out because they are going to recommit. I think we could all foresee that Brandon and Julia were going to be okay. Seeing this has really got Sophie in her feels. She's got to run off and have her little temper tantrum meltdown about this and wrap up in a blankie, and that really shows her maturity. Like, she's really showing her age right now. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just the fact that she needed to go wrap up in a blankie and pull out her phone at this moment, just it really spoke volumes about her maturity. Production isn't finished milking this cash cow for its drama, so they asked Rob if he wouldn't mind sharing what he wrote, which is super humiliating, and he basically shows that he was going to recommit. But I think that was obvious. Gino and Jasmine, finally. So Jasmine insists to Gino that she feels herself choosing him and that she loves him unconditionally, which is really funny to say when you have a side piece lined up.
Don't lie to me, bitch. I'm not cute.
And our third person to be Matt.
Man, she's a crafty, wicked fucking manipulator. So she actually gets it in the vows that Gino has to say that they're gonna do this open marriage with Matt. Man, she got him. She got him good. All the men are watching like, Gino, no, no!
Wait, boy.
So after some tension-building, suspenseful delays, Gino finally accepts the proposal for the open marriage with Matt, and everyone thinks it's going to be a huge mistake, except obviously Jasmine. Jasmine's stoked. So everyone goes to celebrate. They're all celebrating their recommitments, and Natalie's celebrating her singledom to herself, but it's really sad because we know that she's still gonna be hooking up with Josh as soon as she gets out of this damn retreat.
I'm gonna kill myself!
Wow.
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, the 90-Day Fiancé Last Resort Tell-All Extraordinaire.
This was all the plan for Jasmine to be with Matt.
But you're a freaking time.
Yeah, you're a whore.
Next time on 90 Day, the last resort, the couples tell all. Hi, everyone. Whoa. Oh my God. Gino, are you the father of Jasmine's baby? Natalie and Josh, have you been together sexually since the resort?
Yeah, numerous times.
It was be to sex.
Natalie, sent me messages that say, whoa.
Had a very, very emotional end. When did things take a turn? If we want to talk about why I really left you. So, I have screenshots from screenshots.
Who else is sick and tired of Sophie flaunting screenshots or claiming that she has screenshots, and then when it comes down to it, she never shows any damn screenshots? It's super annoying. Check her Instagram feed if you want to see actual screenshot leaks, because they never show shit on the show. That's all for now this week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I apologize for my lagging on this. I'm starting to feel like my day as a 90-day recapper are starting to fizzle out. It's not really drawing in that much traffic. I feel like it's a really oversaturated market right now, I guess. So I'm sort of just deflating and trying to decide what I'm going to do with the channel next. I will still do some 90-day recaps on the OG series, but I don't think I have it in me to do episode by episode recaps. I'm gonna batch edit and do lump segments of the couples, as I mentioned prior. And yeah, just gonna be trying out some different things with the channel because yeah, I just don't have it in me to recap episode after episode for 30 to maybe 300 people. I'm doing this for free right now, so and this show has not really been enjoyable to watch lately. Like, it started out strong, but it's just been really frustrating. It's devolved into fucking stupidity. And I mean, I watch it because it's stupid, but it's been a frustrating kind of stupid. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep an eye out for the tell-all recap that will come out next week and some OG 90-day recaps. And have a good day.
Bye-bye.